I'm using a Bernat velvet yarn and a 5mm hook. This yarn normally calls for a 6.5mm hook, but I'm using a smaller hook size to prevent worming. Worming is a common issue, especially when you're crocheting a scrunchie. It's basically when your stitches come out of place because your stitches are too loose. So that's why a smaller hook size is going to help with that. You can use any yarn for this project, just make sure the hook size is smaller than recommended. So there's a couple different ways to start a scrunchie. I like to start by just tying a knot onto my scrunchie. Like that. So once I have my knot, I like to pinch it like this just to keep it in place. I'm going to push my hook through, yarn over, pull through, and then just chain one. And then I'm going to be pinching this tail back as we go because I want to weave this in while we make our single crochet stitches so that we don't have to weave it in at the end. So holding it in place, to make a single crochet, you just push your hook through, make sure you're under the yarn and the scrunchie, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both of those loops. And you're going to repeat that all the way around the scrunchie. So through the scrunchie, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Just continue until you've covered the whole scrunchie. Your stitch count is going to depend on what yarn you use and what hook size you use. For me, I'm going to end up with 40 stitches in total. So once I've done my 40 single crochet all the way around, you can see the whole scrunchie is covered. And this is the end that we weaved in at the beginning. So I'm actually just going to snip that off. Perfect. So from here, you're just going to slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet that you made. So mine's a little hard to see here. I'm just going to push my hook through that single crochet, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook. Just pull that first loop through that second loop, and that's your slip stitch. So that's the end of row 1. Row 2 is going to be our last row. So for row 2, we're just going to chain 2, and then we're going to make 3 double crochet into that same first single crochet. So to make a double crochet, you yarn over, make sure you push through that same single crochet where you chained, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, and that's 1 double crochet. You're going to repeat that 2 more times in that same stitch. So don't go into the next stitch, make another double crochet in that same stitch, and then make 1 more double crochet in that same stitch. And you're going to repeat this for every single stitch all the way around. So I'm going to yarn over and go through my next single crochet and make 3 double crochet in that same stitch. And you're going to repeat this all the way around. Once you've completed that pattern, I'll meet you at the end and show you what to do next. So once you've completed row 2, you can see that the double crochets that we made created this nice ruffle effect. So we are pretty much done. All we have to do is slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet that we made. And then I like to chain 1 here and snip my yarn. And the tail doesn't have to be super long, just long enough for you to weave in your end. Pull that through. And now all we have to do is weave this in. So I'm going to thread my needle and then weave this in. Now to weave in, I just like to flip it to the back side. And then I'm just going to go back and forth a few times through my stitches. All right, and when you're done with that, your scrunchie is complete. It's a really easy project and really good if you have any scrap yarn lying around. You can do this with any type of yarn and hook. I personally really like the velvet yarn, but like I said, it does have that worming issue, so just be aware of that. And if you make this, please tag me on Instagram at Alina Crochets. I would love to see your scrunchies. Let me know if you guys like this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.